Hi guys, I make this video because some of you asked me to do it. I just received the Elysia Xmax. It's a master bus compressor. You put it at the end of the audio chain and it makes the sound better. Let's see how it works. I just loaded a sequence on my SH-4d and let's go. First thing first, let's start with the low threshold. Basically, we begin by raising the low threshold until we see the meter reacting. Sorry, it's a bit difficult to see the front panel. Now we adjust the X frequency, which is the crossover frequency between the lows and the mids. If you raise the crossover frequency, a larger portion of the mid-low content is shifted to the low band. This means that the bass compressor will start reacting to elements such as the fundamental part of synthesizers, guitars, or the lower resonance of a snare drum. If, on the other hand, you lower the crossover frequency, the low band compressor will focus almost exclusively on the sub-bass and deep bass region. Audibly, this allows for very surgical control over the grit of the mix, leaving the mid-band compressor to handle everything above, including the upper body of a kick drum or a bass guitar. Let's find the sweet spot. Finally, we adjust the low gain. Now we adjust the mid threshold in a similar way, but here we don't have the X frequency knob. I hope you can see the meter reacting. Now the side threshold. Unlike the other bands, raising the gain here not only increases the volume, but also acts as a stereo width generator, making the mix wider and more dimensional. Okay, let's listen without. And with. Now, let's dial the tone knob. It's the ideal tool for adding that touch of air and presence to the high frequencies, typical of professional masters. Let's now talk about the link knob. When the knob is set to full link, the Xmax stops acting like a typical multi-band processor and starts behaving more like a classic stereo VCA compressor. In this linked mode, the frequency band with the most energy takes control and dictates the compression for the other two bands. The time knob on the Elysia Xmax acts as a release control for all three compressors, low, mid and side. This parameter adjusts the so-called return phase, meaning the time between when the input signal falls below the threshold and when the unit returns to unity gain. In the lower right corner, we find the global level, which is located at the end of the chain and controls the final output volume. I apologize for the poor visibility. In fact, if I had to find a flaw in this audio processor, it would be that the text is difficult to read. It's advisable to develop some muscle memory in order to use it comfortably. So that's it. I hope you liked the video. It was without script, without any kind of plan. So I hope it helps. Elysia Xmax, it's a great piece of gear. I definitely do recommend it. So see you in the next video. Peace.